The Choppers and the Wrecks, adapted by Anne Whale. Characters, narrator, Jacob, Lisa, Michelle, James, Mary Jane Moore. Narrator. Jacob and his sister Michelle were used to getting what they wanted. So when Jacob received an expensive new bicycle for his 10th birthday, he was excited but not too surprised. Jacob. Look, Michelle, this Chopper 500 is just like the one I saw on the internet. Let's go for a ride so I can try it out. Michelle. I'll get my bike. We can ride to the soccer field. Practice starts in an hour. Narrator. Just then, James and Lisa, also brother and sister, turned the corner. They stopped when they saw Jacob and Michelle. James. Hi, Jacob. Hi, Michelle. Lisa. Nice bikes. Yours looks new, Jacob. Is it a chopper? Jacob. Yeah, it's a Chopper 500, actually. They're incredibly fast. How about a race? First team to get to the soccer field buys the other team a soda and a candy bar from the vending machines. James. Sure. Lisa. All right. Narrator. And the race was on. Jacob. So long, suckers. Narrator. Jacob and Michelle shot off like rockets, pedaling as fast as their legs would go. James and Lisa pushed off the curb as they had countless times before, riding along at a nice steady pace on their worn but sturdy bikes. Narrator. Lisa and James pedaled slowly and steadily down the street. Jacob and Michelle were blocks ahead of them, speeding down the roads and darting through the alleys. When they got to First and Main, they had to stop because the traffic light was red. Michelle. Hey, Jacob, isn't that Mary Jane Moore over there at the bus stop? Jacob. That's her, all right. We've got a really big lead on those two losers. I think we can at least stop and say hi. Narrator. Jacob and Michelle crossed the street when the light turned green and parked in front of the bus stop to talk to Mary Jane. Mary Jane. Hi, Jacob. Is that a new Chopper 500? Jacob. Yeah, my parents gave it to me this morning for my birthday. Mary Jane. Where are you two riding to so fast? Jacob. We're racing Lisa and James to the soccer field. It'll take them all afternoon to get there on those wrecks they ride. What are you doing? Mary Jane. I'm on my way to soccer practice. Would you mind giving me a ride? Coach will freak if I'm late again. The fancy new seat looks like it's big enough for both of us. Jacob. Sure, hop on. Michelle. Jacob, what about the race? Jacob, no problem. I could ride to the soccer field and back twice before Jacob and Michelle show up, even with Mary Jane on the back. Besides, they're nowhere in sight. One of their old bikes probably fell apart or got a flat tire. Narrator. Meanwhile, a few streets behind, pedaling steadily, James. Lisa, do you really think we can beat Jacob and Michelle? They were really flying at the start of the race. Lisa. Those two are always bragging about something. They'll do something stupid. They always do. Narrator. Carrying a passenger was much more difficult than Jacob had expected, and he was slowing down. James, yawning. Hey, what took you guys so long? Did you stop for lunch or something? All this waiting around has made me hungry. I think I'd like a root beer and a nice big chocolate bar. Lisa, you can get me an ice cream soda and a supersized almond bar. And please hurry, soccer practice will be starting in a few minutes. Michelle, come on, Jacob, let's get this whole embarrassing moment over with. Jacob, whatever. Narrator. And so it was that James and Lisa proved once again that slow and steady really does win the race. Number 1. Summarize what happens during the exposition and rising actions. Use key details from the passage in your summary. Number 2. Read the sentences. Then answer the question below. Jacob and Michelle shot off like rockets, pedaling as fast as their legs would go. James and Lisa pushed off the curb as they had countless times before, riding along at a nice steady pace on their worn but sturdy bikes. Which sentence best describes what the simile in the sentence adds to the meaning of the passage? A. The simile shows the reader how Jacob and Michelle are different than James and Lisa. B. The simile shows the reader why James and Lisa are going to lose. C. The simile compares and contrasts the starting methods of both pairs of friends. D. The simile compares and contrasts the types of bikes the pairs of friends used. Number 3. Read this conclusion. Then answer the question below. Lisa and James won the race even though they were riding Rex. Which lines from the passage best supports this conclusion? Choose 2 answers. A. Come on, Jacob. Let's get this whole embarrassing moment over with. B. Carrying the passenger was much more difficult than Jacob had expected, and he was slowing down. C. No problem. I could ride to the soccer field and back twice before Jacob and Michelle show up, even with Mary Jane on the back. Besides, they're nowhere in sight. D. Hey, what took you guys so long? Did you stop for lunch or something? All this waiting around has made me hungry. I think I'd like a root beer and a nice big chocolate bar. E. Whatever. F. You can get me a cream soda and a supersized almond bar. And please hurry. Soccer practice will be starting in a few minutes. Number 4. Which sentence is correct about the setting in both the Choppers and the Rex and Cornelia and her jewels? A. Both settings take place in the characters' homes. B. Both settings change locations throughout. C. The setting in the Choppers and the Rex is a neighborhood, whereas the setting in Cornelia and her jewels is at the main character's home. D. The setting in the Choppers and the Rex is a neighborhood, whereas the setting in Cornelia and her jewels is unknown.